You shoot your best footage on a brand new drone only to find it won't play back when you need it the most. And even if it does, transferring the files take forever. Two unexpected challenges with the DJI Mavic 4 Pro, both tied up to its internal SSD. Here's what happened and how I fixed it. On May 16th, I took the Mavic 4 Pro out to test its 6K all-eye recording, one of the highest quality settings available. Since this format saves only to the internal SSD, I knew I was pushing the drone to its peak performance. The flight was great, the footage looked promising, but later that evening, when I reached my hotel and copied everything to my SSD, DaVinci Resolve 20 Beta wouldn't recognize a single file. The 6K all-eye clips simply won't play. No waveform, no preview, just blank media. I then tried opening the same files in Final Cut Pro on my MacBook Pro M3 with 48GB RAM, and again, nothing. The files were unreadable there too. At this time, I wasn't panicking because we know how tech works. These kind of issues are common with fresh formats and early firmware. I contacted my dealer in Hong Kong, who reached out to DJI's local team, but there was no immediate fix. They just asked me to check my macOS version, but it wasn't conclusive. Once I returned to India on May 17th, I wrote a detailed email to the DJI support team, explaining everything step by step. Later that evening, I got a response with a simple fix. Go to DaVinci Resolve Preferences and just disable hardware decoding. I tried it, restarted Resolve, and just like that, the clips loaded perfectly. Let me walk you through on exactly what happened. First, you will see the 6K all-eye clips failing to load properly in the media pool. No waveform, no feedback. But after disabling hardware decoding in Resolve's preferences and restarting the software, the same files now load without an issue. However, there is still one small glitch. In the Media tab, if you preview the files at 2x speed or higher, they tend to stutter. However, once the clips are placed on the timeline, they play flawlessly. Even at 2x, 4x, 8x, and all the way up to 16x speed. Next, I take you to the color page and apply DJI's official D-Log LUT for Mavic 4 Pro. The result? Instantly clean, vibrant, and well balanced with just one click. Is how well this LUT works on the Mavic 4 Pro's 6K all-eye footage. It preserves details, handles contrast beautifully, and gives you a solid base to start from. You can push the grade further depending on your style, but honestly, even a simple tweak to the contrast, saturation, or tone is enough to get cinematic results straight away. In fact, the D-Log implementation on the Mavic 4 Pro is a big step as compared to the A3s, Mini 4 Pro, or even the Mavic 3 Pro. Now let's talk about the second issue I faced, the painfully slow transfer speed of the Mavic 4 Pro's internal SSD. Here, I'm transferring 62 files, around 468.88 gigabytes of 6K all-eye footage from the drone's internal storage to my Corsair external SSD. The estimated transfer time? Over 3 hours. To eliminate any doubt about my external drive, I ran a Blackmagic speed test. My Corsair SSD shows read and write speeds well above 2700 megabits per second. So the bottleneck isn't the drive, it's the drone. And when I tested the Mavic 4 Pro's internal SSD directly, the results were clear. Here you can see write speed just 43 megabits per second, read speed even lower at 39 megabits per second. This explains why, if you fill up the drone's internal storage like I did, offloading that data can take over 3 hours. Next, I tested the same transfer process using a SanDisk Extreme Pro 512GB B30A2 microSD card, copying the exact same 468.88GB of footage from the SD card to the same Corsair SSD took just around an hour. So here's a key takeaway. The SD card is about 3x faster to offload than the internal SSD. Yet, DJI does not allow 6K all-eye recording right now on the SD card. They allow it only on the internal memory. Why? That's unclear. Maybe it's about guaranteed write speeds. Maybe it's a firmware limitation. But from a user experience standpoint, it adds significant time to high bitrate workflows. This isn't a complaint, it's a feedback. Of course, the Mavic 4 Pro is a powerful drone. But if DJI could enable 6K all-eye recording to compatible SD cards in a future firmware update, it would really save us creators time without compromising on quality. So finally, yes, two challenges with the Mavic 4 Pro. One, a playback issue with 6K all-eye footage in Resolve. Two, the slow transfer speed from the internal SSD. Both were solvable, but they are worth knowing, especially if you plan to shoot high bitrate formats like I did. That said, when it works, this drone really delivers. What you are seeing now is some of the same 6K all-eye footage graded and refined, just the way I wanted it. It's why we take the time to troubleshoot to make sure the tech serves the story. Thanks for watching. If this helped you in any way, please consider to subscribe, drop a comment, or share it with someone who flies. More Mavic 4 Pro episodes are coming soon.